Hope you're doing well. So, I'm gonna try something new. I just finished Yes Man, and I'm gonna try to review it instantly. The credit screen is still on the screen. That's how fresh it is. So, before we begin, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Put out new Whisper videos almost every day. And if you're not new here, or even if you are new here, question of the day for you. What is your favorite Jim Carrey movie? I think mine might be Yes Man. So, his hair is in my face. Long hair, gets kind of annoying sometimes. Anyway, so Yes Man, if you didn't know, 2008 movie starring Jim Carrey and Zooey Deschanel, and Bradley Cooper is in it, and so is Hyde from that 70s show, Danny Masterson, that's his name. So basically, Jim Carrey's character is very closed off. He's not open to new experiences. You get the hint that maybe he's had a little bit of trauma in his life, so he just kind of stays home, says no to everything, and through circumstances, he ends up attending this conference, this lecture. It's kind of a self-help guru thing, and the guy convinces him to say yes to everything, and if he doesn't say yes, bad things will happen to him. So he begins to say yes, and his life changes. So yeah, that's essentially the movie. Some interesting facts about it. There are a couple scenes that are shot in Lincoln, Nebraska, and if you've been following this channel, you know that I live in Omaha, Nebraska. Lincoln's about an hour away, so pretty cool. There's a scene where they go to Lincoln, Nebraska to go to a Husker game, and they actually shoot it in Memorial Stadium, but it's not on Husker game day. They just got about 200 people that just fill out the crowd. Oh, excuse me, sorry, sneezed. Anyway, so other interesting fact about this movie. This movie actually changed my life the first time I saw it, because I identified a lot with early Jim Carrey. I said no to a lot of things and thought things were stupid. I don't think it was because I was particularly traumatized by anything. I just, was I don't know what it was. I think maybe it could have been just a lack of confidence, and I just didn't, if no one got to know me, then, I never, put myself out there. I would never get hurt, maybe that sort of thing. But I watched the film, and I was like, I gotta start saying yes to things. And because of that, I met a girl on MySpace. Yeah, that's the 2008 film. Because I was in a band, and when you're in a band and you have a MySpace, and it's 2008 and earlier, you do a lot of social networking. This is the early days of social networking. So you get on, you'd add everybody you could, and hope they would friend you and maybe look at your music, and people would post bulletins, and you would respond to them. You'd send people private messages and try to just make a connection. So I was ahead of the schedule there on social media. That's still a pretty popular social media tactic. Is if you want to build a community, you have to engage other people first. Which, maybe that's how some of you have actually found me, is through me engaging with your content. And if you're here, appreciate you. Even though I don't engage as much as I go through bursts of engagement, where I'm just going in and I'm I'm gonna engage a lot, and then I just chill out for a little bit. So maybe I need to be a little more consistent. I've been trying to be more consistent, but I think part of the problem is I have just so many different channels that even if I just engage with one thing in a day, it's you're spinning your wheels a little bit. You're not really putting out, because how long does it take to leave 10 real good comments, Anyway, that's beside the point. So I met this girl, her name was April, and I became kind of obsessed with her, and she kind of became my pseudo-girlfriend sort of thing, but it was super friend-zoned, but not. It was the weirdest situation, because she didn't have a great home life, so she would end up staying at my place all the time, but we weren't boyfriend-girlfriend, we weren't doing anything physical, but I was just buying her food and stuff, and but she'd stay over at my house for days at a time, So that was kind of awkward. And then she ended up being her merch girl for our band. And then later she moved and then came back. She moved out of state and then came back and then dated the guitar player in my band. And that kind of broke up the band. So anyway, on to the movie review. It's a good movie. There's a lot of funny moments. It's a really good message. Like I said, it changed my life. Like, I have been much more open to things, and while it has provided me some pain being open, I think that the goods outweigh the bads. And, you know, this is just, it's a funny movie. There's a lot of great scenes in it. There's a lot of great set pieces. A lot of funny things happen. It's a funny movie. It's a wholesome movie, too. Like, it's very wholesome. And, you know, there is kind of a romantic subplot that goes on. I don't know if I would even call it a subplot. It's a pretty major part of the story. So this is almost a romantic comedy, really. I mean, if you get down to it, because the bulk of it is between Jim Carrey and Zooey Deschanel's two characters. And that's really what pulls Jim Carrey's character through the arc, his character arc. So, trying to think of what else to say. I didn't take any notes. You know what I like about this film? Obviously Jim Carrey's great, Zooey Deschanel's great. There's a lot of good set pieces. Things I didn't like about the film. I think there's almost nothing. I could say there's almost nothing I didn't care for. Maybe there's things that could have been done better. But even that, I don't think, I'm not saying it's a perfect film by any means, but like for a comedy, it's a solid film. And I would say, I recommend this film. I don't know why you would not like this film unless you didn't like Jim Carrey's. Jim Carrey can be a little over the top sometimes, but I don't think this is a film where he's super over the top in any real way. You know, he's obviously not. He's not Ace Ventura big. He's a good level, just a little notched up from a standard human. And I think it really plays well off Zooey Deschanel, who's kind of a straight-laced, she's a good straight woman. For, in comedy, I don't know if you're familiar with that term, like the straight man, who's the person that the audience relates to, and then everybody else is wild and crazy. So Zooey Deschanel's that person for us, essentially. Yeah, the cinematography's pretty good. The writing is good. The story's good. It's concise. It's bang on at 90 minutes, which is perfect for a comedy. Yeah, I recommend the film. Can't say enough good things about it. Might change your life. Who knows? Oh man, I had something else that I wanted to talk about with that, but I don't. I'm trying to remember it. I try to make these, give them some meat, and I'm thinking, this is the first time doing it without having notes. I think I might need to take notes because I'm struggling here a little bit. I don't know if you can tell. What was I gonna say? Something about Jim Carrey. Or something about Zooey Deschanel. I don't remember. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's all I got, I guess. So, hopefully you found this review interesting. If you haven't heard of Yes Man or seen Yes Man, it's 12 years old at this point, so it's probably slipped under the radar. It's not the best movie ever made. It's not an amazing comedy, but I think I like the wholesome message of it. I think Jim Carrey's great. Zooey Deschanel's great. This is a good movie. It's a solid movie. It's funny. It's wholesome. It's got a good message that might change your life for the better. It changed mine. It definitely is something. Sometimes you just gotta say, hey, what the hell? Let's do it. Come on, let's go. So, anyway, I hope you're doing well. And if not, well, I hope that turns around for you. And one way I think you might be able to turn things around for yourself is to simply say yes to things. So, if you're new here, you're not subscribed, say yes to that. Subscribe. And if not, say yes to liking this and leaving a comment about your favorite Jim Carrey movie, because I'm gonna do more aggressive aggressive ASMRing, I guess. I don't know. You know, trying to get that engagement going. Trying to build something here. You know, stirring the pot or something. I don't know. So anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching. Go get some sleep. And if you need a movie to fall asleep to, yeah, well, don't fall asleep to Yes Man. If you see it a couple times, then it could become a good sleep movie. But the first time, you should stay awake and watch it. It's pretty good. So I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.